I'm Chimo Mangazi with Business Time. It is a magazine program where we bring you business and economic news stories making headlines. In the program today, Competition and Fair Trading Commission CFTC fines 8 companies for overpricing. Also in the program, Project Innovation Center and Women Lawyers Association seal deal. We have these and other stories. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome. Competition and Fair Trading Commission CFTC has fined 8 companies for overpricing COVID-19 fighting materials such as face masks, hand sanitizers and gloves. CFTC Executive Director James Kapale says the fines range from 500,000 kwacha to 2 million kwacha. Kapale explains.
These decisions are about some pharmaceuticals, so to say, which have been involved in excessive pricing, taking advantage of the COVID-19 pandemic. As you may know, the Competition and Fair Trading Commission issued a statement when the COVID-19 had just broken down to warn some traders out there from unscrupulous trading in excessively raising the prices of some goods and services which may be used to prevent, as it were, the pandemic. So the board of the Competition and Fair Trading Commission met on the 24th of April 2020 to deliberate and make determinations on the pharmacies which, after investigations and issuing cease and desist orders to them, did not adhere to the law. So this was a pronouncement of the board determinations on those pharmacies which have been involved in excessive trading, taking excessive pricing, taking advantage of the pandemic, as it were. There are 3, if not 4, ways we can go about it. First, we can get some garnishee orders against those traders. We can also refer them to our mother ministry, that is Ministry of Trade, to revoke their licenses. And we can also, we've got powers to refer them for imprisonment, as it were. So there are so many angles we can take as Competition and Fair Trading Commission to the traders who will not comply with our orders as regards to the Competition and Fair Trading Act, Section 51 of the Act. In the first place, we should be quick to mention that as Competition and Fair Trading Commission, we receive government subvention. We are a subvented institution, as it were. But on the COVID-19, we had started our own investigations using the subvented funds. In the process, we received some government funding of about 49.6 million, which has assisted us to continue with the investigations. As I'm talking now, we have visited so many districts in the country. I think apart from Likoma, we've been to every other corner of the country trying to find out what has been the pricing of these pharmaceutical goods and services before the COVID-19 and after the COVID-19, and finding out if there has been some excessive pricing from the traders taking advantage of the pandemic. So apart from the subvention which we received from government, government also gave us some funds to assist us in trying to find out if there's been some excessive pricing of traders taking advantage of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Expectations are high that challenges that women face in the line of doing business will be reduced following a partnership between Project Innovation Center and Women Lawyers Association. The partnership entails free legal advice for PIC members from the association. Kondwani Ngwira is PIC Chief Executive Officer.
Project Innovation Center is a registered non-government organization that is raising 1 million entrepreneurs by 2025. So to do this, we have to partner with all stakeholders that believe in entrepreneurship and innovation. Today, we have partnered with the Women Lawyers Association of Malawi. Our colleagues are coming in to support female entrepreneurs registered in our organization. You know, we have discovered a gap in Malawi between the business community and the legal experts. Most of the times, business men and women need legal experts only when they mess up, when things go sour, when they find themselves in legal disputes. The amount of money that is paid during that time is even too expensive than if at first the businessman engaged legal experts for legal opinion. We want to see businessmen and women in Malawi learning business according to rules set in this country under the Constitution of Malawi. The Women Lawyers Association of Malawi are coming in to support PIC female entrepreneurs. Number one, to ensure that their businesses are registered, helping them. You know, we have different types of business registration. Most of the entrepreneurs do not even know this. They don't know the difference between company limited by shares and company limited by guarantee, community-based organization, and NGO. We have cases where some of the entrepreneurs registered their business as a CBO, thinking they'll be making profits, yet CBOs are non-profit. So the Women Lawyers are coming in to bridge that gap, to ensure that the entrepreneurs understand the right type of registration, that's number one. Two, the legal aspect of the business, the ideas that they have, what are the legal requirements, MLI being tax compliant, apart from that one, even following everything so that they don't find themselves illegal. Our partnership is based on development. The women lawyers are also willing to see women develop, embrace innovation and entrepreneurship in this country. We know it's not easy and it's not cheap to engage a legal expert in a private business. But then, by God's grace, the Women Lawyers Association of Malawi have shown a different heart. They have the heart for Malawi. They have clearly indicated that some of the services will be offered even for free to assist women entrepreneurs. Some of the services that will need payment will also be made, but at a very lower cost. Project Innovation Center has existed for 6 years, but the dream to grow 1 million entrepreneurs by 2025 was launched 4 months ago. And already now we have about 143,000 entrepreneurs in our database, of which about 50,000 we connect to them even on social media, especially with COVID. Previously we used to meet in hotel conferences, secondary school halls, in rural areas, but with COVID we have limited our travels. So we are doing more online and even in social media. Apart from that, when we talk about 1 million entrepreneurs, we don't just talk about petty traders. Our entrepreneurs have been divided. There are some entrepreneurs that are high level. They are learning construction, businesses, consultancy. We also want to see them expand. This is the reason why we have also partnered with the National Development Bank of Malawi to assist our entrepreneurs who have life-changing business idea to finance their businesses as a credit loan from 15 million, even going up to 250 million. But within the segment, those in the areas like ICT, talk of health, education, life-changing business ideas, not just any other business idea. Because we want to see Malawians learning business in Malawi, employing Malawians, and seeing that Malawians are also expanding across the borders. It's very easy for entrepreneurs to join PIC. For all rural areas, it's free. We don't charge anything for rural areas. Like I remember November, December, we trained about 3,700 entrepreneurs in rural areas for free, and we never charged anyone. But in urban areas, because we have to meet hotel costs, like in Blantyre, usually we conduct our trainings at Amaris Hotel, Dovik Hotel, in Longway, usually at Platinum, or sometimes at Sandbelt. That's where the charge comes in, maybe 10,000. If someone comes and attends our training in financial literacy, our trainings focus on financial literacy, plan, save, and invest. At times we go as far as business planning. The startup business plan, the standard business plan, and the single page business plan. Once someone comes and attends our training, then automatically is a registered member.
Selesi Chibwana is Legal Aid Coordinator, Blantyre Chapter, under the Women Lawyers Association.
The aspect of where we're protecting and promoting the rights of women, it goes beyond gender-based violence. It goes beyond, we need to consider the other aspects of the women's life, the political, economic, and social and cultural aspects as well. So we have women that are entrepreneurs, but they need some sort of legal assistance in regards to how to register business, making sure that the employment contracts are in order. So, granted the nature of the work, we were definitely excited to partner with PIC for this. And this is not just for the PIC members, even for the women lawyers members. We have PIC members that are also going to be, encouraging and training our, women lawyer members who like to start up their own businesses. So it's a mutual beneficial agreement, and we couldn't pass it. When you're starting up a business, there's an aspect where you need to know that you need to register it. Have you also registered with MRA? So there are all these things that you need to, to put in place. For example, it's a problem where you have a lot of businesses that are not being registered. Now, say you get into some sort of legal complication, okay? How best someone can assist you, it's also dependent on the procedures that you took in setting up your business. So these are things that, a lot of business owners need to be aware of, and that's where Women Lawyers is coming in.
All right, Mwina Leroro.
One of the challenges attributed to failure by smallholder farmers to graduate from small-scale businesses is lack of access to market. The challenge has been exacerbated by poor road networks linking farmers in remote areas to large markets. However, farmers in Chiradzulu are hopeful that their story will change as construction works of 2 roads connecting them to the cities of Zomba and Blantyre have commenced. Justin Pwel has more in this report.
Speaking during the launch, Sabtie Mpunga said traders are not able to reach the area because of bad roads. The sentiments were concurred by Chiradzulu District Commissioner Rengard Chavula, who indicated that the road will connect people to the main market in Limbe.
The launch of these 2 projects are marking a very big era for us here in Chiradzulu. As you may be aware, the roads are being upgraded to the tarmac standard. And with that, this being an agricultural area, our farmers are going to benefit a lot. And again, there are transportation problems because of the condition of the road. We believe that the coming in of this road will open up this area to more transporters coming in in terms of transporting passengers as well as goods, especially farm produce from this area.
Member of Parliament for the area, Joseph Mwanamveka, also agreed that farmers in his area have been having problems to transport goods to Limbe.
All these traders, they buy their goods from these markets and they take them to Limbe. But the only challenge was transportation and also the road itself. Now the coming of this road, it means this place will be developed, because there will be a lot of businesses that will be developed, and at the same time also it will reduce the time that people take to move their goods from here to Blantyre.
Both roads are expected to be finished in not more than 9 months.
Remember, this is Business Time with me, Chimwema Mangazi, a magazine program where we bring you major business and economic news stories making headlines. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Training and consultancy firm Sycamore Concert has partnered the Institute of Chartered Accountants in Malawi, ICAM, in hosting free virtual conferences for accountants, which is focusing on equipping them on ethical values in line of duty. More in this report.
The first online conference was hosted by the two entities on Thursday, where over 200 accountants participated. In an interview, ICAM Marketing and Public Relations Manager Patrick Achitabwino said the initiative was essential, as professionals that are not ethical in their work may affect operations.
At this point in time, we can actually say that there's many more things that are happening. There are a lot more standards which are being enforced among the accountants. Nevertheless, we cannot take it for granted that everybody else is actually complying. And it is in that regard that we have to promote ethical living, ethical behavior, and ethical conducts among accountants, and not only even accountants, but in collaboration with other professional bodies. It is highly essential because the biggest challenge of being unethical is that whatever that you do which is unethical will have big impact on the people, and it may even affect quite a lot to many people. For instance, if you're involved in fraud and corruption, what it means is that essential out of self-benefit or self-financial gratification, you've detached so many people from accessing resources. In general sense, you've quarantined millions of people into abject poverty. So as long as people are not ethical, it is obvious that we're perpetuating poverty. It is obvious that we're denying people resources. It is obvious that we're denying people opportunities which are rightly theirs and which will actually help them to move and live a better life. The justice system would actually be in a better position to respond, but nevertheless, we also have to be mindful of that now, because people are getting arrested and ABCDE, people are becoming a little bit more conscious about it. But also, you cannot rule out people being sophisticated, because when people are aware that they can be caught, they will try to use the other means of doing things. Nevertheless, we can say without any iota of doubt that at least people are trying to live within their own means, and we can only pray that that remains the status quo for the future. It is absolutely important. It served as a reminder to them that there's always need to live an ethical life. And if you align this most especially to the current situation where we've got the COVID-19, what it means, most people are having less disposable income. The business is actually going down. The temptation and even the desire to basically sustain your life through some illegitimate means could actually be very, very high. But it is necessary that we would rather all suffer together, and we're earning so little, and we move forward together. We live an ethical life. We mind not only about ourselves, but we mind about each and every Malawian.
Sycamore Concert Business Development Manager Mwai Makwakwa said the conference was a continuation of a series of planned online conferences under the theme Unwavering and Unshaken in the Midst of Ethical Decay.
This conference is about ethics, and this time around, just like we did the last time the ethics training, we're also doing this ethics training online, and it's for accountants here in Malawi, most especially those that are registered with ICAM, because as you know, ICAM is the accounting body here in Malawi, and we've partnered. We as Sycamore Concert Limited have partnered with ICAM to deliver this particular great conference for accountants here in Malawi. I wouldn't jump into a conclusion to say accountants in Malawi are corrupt or are full of fraud, but you see the temptation is high. When one is working in this particular field of accounting, the temptation is always high because you're the one handling the finances. Much as there are also other fields like procurement and other fields that also deal with transactions in a business or an organization, but you appreciate and agree with me that accounting is a very, I would say, fragile kind of field that requires someone to have ethics, and indeed ethics. And issues of ethics, we've seen here in Malawi that so many organizations have been affected because of lack of ethical behavior, the light ethical behaviors for most people that are working within the organizations, most especially accountants. It's very important because as we are allowing these people to interact in this platform, in this training platform, they will be learning a lot. They will be learning from the experts. Because you see the speakers, one of the speakers is Mr. Lene Kmademba, who is the director of ACB. Of course, he will be speaking in his capacity and also in the capacity of his position. And the other speaker is also Mr. Dr. Elias Ngalande, who was the former Reserve Bank governor and is also the managing director for First FDH Bank. So you see, Dr. Elias Ngalande is someone that has a lot of experience in the financial sector. Like I've told you, he's been the governor and now he's also the managing director of FDH Bank. At the end of the day, we would like to instill the right behavior within this particular field. We would expect that these people will now understand the importance of being ethical. Because in this particular field, you know, finances is everything. It's like for each and every organization, there are two aspects. There's a human resource and there's a financial resource. Both of these resources are very important for the survival of the business. But you see, they complement each other. The human resource without the financial resource can't do anything. The humans can't do anything. And also the finances on their own, without the humans, the money can't do anything. So you see there's a very important, and it's the human resource, it's the people that manages the financial resource. So it's very important that we have people that are ethical within these organizations.
Well, with that story, we've come to the end of today's edition of Business Time here on Times, a magazine program where we bring you major business and economic news stories making headlines in the country. On behalf of the entire production team, I'm Chimumu Mangazi. But always remember, if it doesn't make money, it doesn't make sense. Bye for now.